Right, there we are. Welcome. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Spec and Kimberly and Crash and Densa. I almost didn't see you there, Densa. And Rango, first in the house. Welcome, everyone. Spec, I'm doing all right today. Little brain's a little scrambled. I was out seeing a computer client running errands. Errors were here waiting for me when I got back. We'll keep an eye on the stream quality here today. It started with lots of trouble in the first 30 seconds, but it seems to have settled. I hope that stays. We'll see. We'll see. How's everyone doing? It's Tuesday. It is Tuesday, right? April 18th. Densa, you're crashing out in 10-15 minutes. I figured you may have to, but I'm glad you still popped in. Yes, I am Error. Perfect for Zelda. We're gonna pick back up right where we left off yesterday. Just suspended the game, and we'll be right back there. Hosts rolling in. Kogeko, Yeoman Chambers, Joe Claire, Fluffy Bunny, Green Leader. Thank you all for the hosts. Welcome. There's Green Leader in the flesh. Yeah, I hope the connection cooperates as well. Zelda gameplay, diverse games. Hello. Yes. What do you mean? What was the question in that? We're definitely going to be playing, and it will be gameplay, unless something goes terribly, terribly wrong. Old Snake auto hosting. Thank you. So, yeah. I hope it is a super Tuesday. We were making our way towards Kakariko Village. We made a quick pass through the Great Plateau, the start of the game, the first 4 shrines, and the first tower. There's plenty more there that we didn't get into, but mostly it serves as a tutorial area that you cannot leave until you've done those things and acquired the paraglider. Rivali, if you can see me, no. I got your whisper, but I didn't see anything in chat. Anybody see anything in chat from Rivali the Rito? You may need to refresh your chat there. Diverse games, have a good stream. So, tips, suggestions are welcome. I have played through the game already, so I'm not going to be a stickler for talking about things, even things that come later in the game. If you can avoid spoilers, any big spoilers for people who haven't played yet, that would be cool. But it's Zelda's not a heavily story-driven game. Basic plot is save the princess, defeat Ganon. So kind of know how it's going to end. But where we go after we get to Kakariko Village and really open up the main quest, we can go anywhere. We don't have to do any of the quests in any particular order. Crash was asking about the major bosses. They're going to take them in a different order than when I played before. When I played before, I believe I went into the Zora, the water area and the Zora people, and then there is a divine beast. We've already seen these divine beasts in a cutscene, but we haven't really been told much about them. The Gorons around Death Mountain, the Gerudo in the desert to the southwest, the Rito, the northwest. Until these areas are uncovered, I'm actually not sure. The Rito here, the Rito up here. But Zora, the Zora domain is fairly close to where we are now. And I think a lot of people would have ended up exploring around Kakariko. And if you go a little north of Kakariko, you start to run into Zora, who all tell you need to go and talk to so-and-so. We'll probably end up in the Zora domain first, but we don't actually have to. We are Woo. How you doing? Come on, stream. Hold it together. Ah, crap. Yeah, it's stabilized for a few minutes, but I see we've already dropped some more. Nick, long time, Nick. How are you doing? Got to listening to a couple more of the mixes, the classics mix. Hazcat in the house. What's up, Hazcat? I read ya. Pretty bummed about the state of the internet connection, though. I don't know if anyone's an expert on cable modem tech. I am not, but 16 downstream channels, and for the past couple of years, I've had 2 upstream channels. So whatever the bandwidth is, it's split between 2 channels. And as of today, there seem to be 3 upstream channels. And I don't know why that has suddenly changed with my internet provider, but I was just hopeful that it would have some positive effect on the stream. Early signs are no, it didn't have any effect on the stream. So we may have a period of days, hopefully not weeks or longer, where TDS is flaky as they once were. War Farm Simulator, hurro, hurro! So, you just come down off of a second tower. Can't see it from here, but right around the corner was the tower in the area known as West Necluda. And we're passing through the Dueling Peaks on our way towards Kakariko to talk to Impa. So, yes, we meet the creepy fish prince guy. The river here that runs between the Dueling Peaks is a great spot for fishing. Though there are a couple Lizalfos and maybe a pack of bokoblins along here too. Did we do the Dueling Peak shrines yet? Well, we've got to be able to climb up there, which is kind of a pain. Might be able to climb up this side more easily, but I wouldn't mind getting some of the climbing gear. There's a shrine, though. Don't I remember that shrine being there? Are we really at the... Don't I remember that shrine being there? I have no memory of that. Ascat, refreshed, am I here? We actually saw you before, but howdy, howdy. Read you loud and clear, Ascat. Is this Wii U or Switcheroony? This is on the Switch. But by all accounts, the game is really no different. Small difference in resolution, and possibly a little bit of frame rate discrepancy there. There are a few spots in the game where the frame rate slows a bit, and on the Wii U that might be a little more common. Otherwise, identical game. Nick, you want to get it on the Wii U, but not paying $60 for it? What would you pay for it? I'd say it's worth that. I don't remember this shrine at all.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
S7, just who are these shrines to exactly? How do you know you're not worshipping the devil? Well, I guess you don't. They do tell you who the shrines are for. I am Ridahi. Maybe Ridahi is the devil. No, timing is critical. So, while there are a few shrines that don't really have puzzles in them, there's a category of quests to even locate shrines. We don't have that open yet, but once we talk to an NPC who gives us a shrine quest, the two categories in the middle here I can't select. One of them will be shrine quests, and there's over 40 of those. When you solve a shrine quest, you generally get a shrine with a new puzzle inside it, and just a reward. All the other shrines have their own unique puzzles in there. Rivali, hopefully you can see the stream. I did get your whisper. I don't know what to make of that. Is that the exact language they used? Rivali is seeing something. I hope it's okay that I share. I'm going to ask if anybody knows Shadow Band. What is Shadow Band by Twitch, if that's a thing? Still looks up. Like it's still up. Hey, Future, how you doing? Call you Sim? Alright, Sim. I will try to remember that. No, it should be okay. Should still be up. Streams up, streams up. Yeah, Hascat, I'm sorry for the tech glitches, if you can hear me, but so Rivali's trying to get into chat and he can still whisper. I'm getting whispers, but not seeing anything in chat. None of you are seeing anything in chat. Anyone familiar with what a shadow ban is? Psycho Baldrian, what's up, Psycho? Rivali, did you get any fights with anyone lately? Each of the shrines having their own puzzle. Many of them will require that you use your runes, but not all. Ah, Densa. Might have something for you, Rivali. You might try refreshing, and then if you get any pop-ups about the language for the stream, it asks you to confirm that the stream is in English. If you're seeing Densa's chat, you may try that. I'm not familiar with that happening, but Rivali, so yes, still getting your whispers, but what about Twitch staff? Nope. Let's see. If I can get a little more momentum here and then... Oh, almost. Send the ball launching off. Alright, maybe a little before the last seam. Shit, does that count? Oh, man, really? I earned that. Yes, it counted. Got it. Looks like a newer version of Zelda. Brandon, man, how you been? It is the new Zelda. It's been out for what? Well, since the day the Switch launched. Beginning of March? Sim, are you taking off? I did catch your comment, Sim, if you're still there. You said that you are blind, so are you listening? If you're still there, does that mean you're listening to the stream with a voiceover assist for chat? These are magnetic, yes? Up that chest. That chest is not. But since we can't, maybe I can knock that chest around with one of these. Not sure what I did here, or even if I did this once upon a time. The chest be pushed around? No. And maybe climb up there if I carefully place the barrel. Crash, I just feel like I should remember it. Not gonna be able to jump up there from here. Oh, that's actually gonna be a death. I didn't need anything. Just walking around with one heart, distracted. We actually get to repeat the shrine. Nice. Crash, you can throw it out there if you want. There's no order to the shrine, so it's hard to call one an early game, late game shrine, but there are certainly shrines in very hard to reach places, which include some of the tougher puzzles, and this is not. So I'm wondering what it is. I don't remember. We've got those weighted barrels. Which switch are we talking about? Oh yeah, we can change the platform orientation if we put that barrel on the switch. That was way too close. Put the lotion in the basket. Hey, gypsy girl. What's happening? Hello. Hungard, what's happening? It was a gift from a good friend, and it was right about the time I was having surgery. Got it just before the middle of March. I'll just take the ladder up over here. I've been playing Zelda off stream. They sit there patiently trying to use my bones. Yes. Yeah, it's killing me, Hazcat. I know. It's... Last thing I want to do is pull the plug on streams because I'm having internet issues, but it's a hell of a time to be having internet issues again. Having surgery? Hungard, I had a... Yeah, I'm doing all right. I had that. Cervical discectomy fusion. Well, I don't know if you remember when, back in October, when I started just having a lot of neck issues. We didn't know what that was. Well, eventually found out what that was, and it was a herniated disc. It was pushing on the nerve when I was losing feeling in my arm and just in a whole lot of pain there for a while. So of course, now that I'm trying to get back into streaming, we're having all sorts of technical issues. Hey Bob, what's happening? Thought I saw you lurking out there. I'm glad it's working smoothly on your end. We have definitely dropped chunks of frames since the stream started. If there was anything I could do about it, I would. There are a lot of fish in this river, unsurprising. But it's a great place to go fishing with bombs. You can often find more than one or two. Little school of fish swimming around, a whole bunch of different types, stamina fish. These mighty fish for offensive buffs. Armored fish for defensive buffs. See if we can get this Lizalfos lured out of the water. Up eating something. No, nobody forgot about Wolflink. But we could call him out anytime. It is a pretty cool looking amiibo. I didn't really get the whole amiibo. If you're not a statue collectible fan already, I had a hard time understanding why you would want to start getting relatively expensive little plastic statues. That one came with the Wii U version of Twilight Princess. Was this game single player? It is, Spec, it is. Question for you, Spec. Did you try by any chance to connect with Discord through GameWisp? GameWisp should have given you the option of linking everything up with Discord. And it's fine if you didn't want to do that, but I want to make sure if you tried that that you were getting through, that worked okay. You don't have to kill fish to catch them, but they will often swim away from you, so it does help. Full Throttle was today. I knew it was coming pretty soon. I've never played it, so I'll be glad to get the remaster. And is that why, Woo, you posted something in Discord this morning? That must have been why, huh? The reviews should look good. Game's always gotten a lot of praise. Let's see about dropping a rock on these guys. Do this differently. No, Wolflink! Shit. Too late. Never mind. You can call Wolflink back to you, but that didn't work so well. Oh, we're gonna need to get some heart containers pretty soon. Spec, are you? Are you? Awesome. I don't have it open in front of me here. Can you still summon him now? Did I kill him? Did I actually take Wolflink out? No, if he lost his health, I didn't see him get nailed there. But he won't be callable again today if he actually lost all his health. Pick up all the arrows that they fired at me. You can summon him only once a day if he dies, but if he despawns, or if you die, you can still summon him again. But Wolf Link with 3 hearts is not that durable. Kind of like Link with 3 hearts. There's only so much he can take. Ah, it's all good, Crash. It's all good. Thank you, Spec. Glad it did. Glad it did. I got an email from them a few days ago that the connection between Discord and GameWisp was broken, but it seemed to still be working, so I did not reconnect it. So, boomerangs. I'm not a big fan of boomerangs. Let me show you what they do. You know what a boomerang does, but unlike previous Zelda games, this might be the first one where you actually have to catch the boomerang. So you would throw it like any other weapon, but you have to get the timing just right to catch it. I have lost so many boomerangs. Look at that, boomerang caught fire, came flying right back at me. You do set fire to dry grass. You can use the updraft. Flaming boomerang. Alright, that's pretty cool. Shit! We're setting everything on fire. But I almost never catch them if I'm trying to use them in combat. You can also use boomerangs like a melee weapon, if you want to. I think that's a first for Zelda. Rexa, auto-hosting. Thank you, Rexa, if you're out there. You can sort of see why this is a good place for fishing. They seem to respawn pretty regularly. A nice variety of fish. You've mainly used the boomerangs, Woo, as fast melee weapons. Yeah, they have nice damage numbers. And even though some weapon types seem to work better against certain enemy types, for the most part, damage is damage. Froggy! Lost him. Dynamite fishing. Damn straight. Hey, Kithri. Strange that you can replenish your stamina while climbing a ladder. Doesn't go down. Rango, you're working on revisions, taking breaks to watch a little bit. I'd encourage you to focus on the more important stuff, but good to have you lurking here anyways. See the goat coming? They don't always charge you. Sure can. I'll chase the goat down. Sneaky river snail. We're not going to be able to get past these thorns. You can't burn them. You can't cut them away. We're going to have to drop down on that shrine from above. Hey there, Tiger Planet. You can actually use any weapon you're carrying to break rocks. But in the same sense that some weapons seem to work better on certain enemy types. Blunt weapons, sharp weapons against different types of enemies. It's kind of what's happening here. Shit. You can go ahead and break a rock with any weapon, but it will do far less damage to the durability of a weapon that was really made for it. Mustaches, what's up? The fish were 6 feet and coming right at you, you'd have dinner for 2 weeks. You eat that much fish? I'm really trying not to let the internet troubles get to me, but it's very salty situation. Look out! They're coming right for us! So there aren't any guns in Zelda, but there are cannons. Water guides. After the shrine text pops up, you'll get a few words that serve as a possible hint. Just a little clue to what you need to do in the puzzle. The last one I think said timing is everything. This one mentions the water. Yeah, there's a chest up on that little ledge. Should be able to get to it pretty easily. Yeah, as Crash says, there's a lot of ways to solve these puzzles. Sometimes you can even creatively use the physics engine to bypass a large part of a puzzle. And it's pretty clear when you do that. In some cases, it's pretty clear that it was not intended. But there's nothing actually blocking you from creatively working your way around some of the physics. Even the intended solutions leave a lot of room for different choices. How's that, Psycho? Trolls make you feel like you're a good person? Let's see, Rango, I think we were in the middle of Evil Within at the time. With plans to play the Resident Evil remake and whatever was at the end of October besides that. Oh, did you see it take a bounce? Not sure that bounce was really supposed to happen. Wait for the timer on this. I might need to move that ice block too. Might not be in... Yeah, not quite in the right spot. So let's change it. Over a little bit. That should work, so I can lock this this in position again. No, maybe I think I might have gotten lucky on it before. What should we do with this? We're gonna need it to stay sloped down, but not quite as much as it is. But that was a good idea. But if I can't stop it first... So, I don't remember doing anything fancy here before. Try that. And... Ah, it's too far out. All that, it was too far out. This almost worked anyways. Damn. Guess we could make a couple blocks. I could make one more block. Down here. So that first one at the edge is not in a great spot, but that might do it. Is there anything else in here before we go to the exit? So. Rango, back when things kind of fell apart, there were so many planned games at that time. The end of October, the beginning of November was all planned out. There's everything that's come out since then. Gliding is just as fun as it looks, but just wait until we get up to some higher places out in the wilderness, because you can glide across miles of terrain. There are some special places in the game where air vents, for one reason or another, there are air vents, and you can get a lift and drift, catch another lift and drift. You can just travel miles and miles. And stamina. We're going to need some more stamina. Forgivingly, the thorns are gone. This is the life. Good morning. Don't see a whole lot of travelers passing through here. You know, with how peaceful it is around here, it's sometimes easy to forget that the world almost ended years ago. There are still monsters wandering around, and the area near Hyrule Castle is especially dangerous. If you're going to be traveling, you should know a thing or two about elixirs. Hey, trust. You can make elixirs by mixing bugs and other small creatures with monster parts. When we're killing bokoblins and pretty much any creature, and they drop horns, teeth, tails, scales, whatnot. Most of them are no good for refilling your health, but they can have a lot of unique effects. Some elixirs can increase your speed, others raise your resistance to extreme temperatures. I'm actually impressed that you've made it this far without any knowledge of elixirs. I can't have it on my conscience if something happens to you from here, so I'll give you one of mine. Most buffs that you can have, this hasty elixir having a speed buff, it's a single tier. It's got that one little blue arrow. Most buffs have a second and a third tier, if not all. I think the temperature ones might only have 2 tiers, but you can get those buffs from items, gear that you wear, as well as from elixirs or food that you've cooked. Recipe for that is a hightail lizard and monster parts. I usually have a stock of 10 or so on hand. She's not trying to sell me any. Dueling Peaks stable. Scattered throughout Hyrule are stables. And at every stable, beetles should be nearby. This is the wandering shopkeeper of Hyrule. There are actually a lot of NPCs who buy and sell things. But this guy, he's taking a nap. Well, let's wake him up. Hey, I don't believe I've made your acquaintance. The name's Beetle, but you can call me, actually, let's stick with Beetle. But even if you forget my face, you can remember me by my beetle-shaped backpack. Yes, it is, but it doesn't really look like a beetle to me. Despite these dangerous times, you'll find me traveling all over Hyrule to fulfill your shopping needs. Stock many special bugs and must-have items for travelers, and I always charge a fair price, or my name's not Beetle. I also buy all sorts of things. If you're in need of rupees, gemstones in particular fetch a high price. I would suggest not selling your gemstones if you plan on upgrading armor sets. There's a lot of different armor sets, 3 pieces each. Each piece needs similar items to upgrade it. The other pieces in the set, so between 3 pieces and 4 tiers of upgrades, you throw a lot of stuff. We're nowhere near upgrading gear, but there are a lot of stuff at those upgrades, and nearly everything. The gems that you pick up, a lot of the rarer monster parts that you pick up, so many things get used for upgrading gear. I would say hang on to your gems. Always believing. How you doing? Thank you. Look at this handsome bastard. Say so. Let's see what Beetle's selling. Crash asking if the sell prices are the same at all merchants. Almost everything at almost every merchant, yes. There are a couple exceptions. There's eventually someone in the Goron City. There's actually a Gerudo who wanders around the Goron City who will pay extra for certain gems. And there might be a NPC that pays more for meat, but it's not a big difference, and prices should be the same. 2 bundles of 5 arrows. We don't have much coin to spend yet, but I'll eventually get in the habit of buying every arrow I can see. So diamonds, do you suggest not selling diamonds? Diamonds can be used to remake certain special weapons. Most of the weapons in the game break very quickly. The only one that doesn't break is the Master Sword. Every Zelda game have a Master Sword. Most of them certainly do. But eventually you get the Master Sword, it will break and then regenerate, and you'll never have to worry about losing it. But there are a few other special weapons that you get for completing some of the main quests, and those can break just like any other weapons, but you can have them remade. A special circumstance. Nothing else can be repaired or remade, but there are that 4 and a shield, or 4 weapons and 1 shield that can be remade. And you generally have to cash in a diamond for that. Testier, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. Welcome, welcome. Oh, we'll leave Beetle for now. Thank you very much. Hope to see you again soon. We will see Beetle everywhere. There are a great many NPCs in this game. If they actually have a quest to hand you, there'll be a little red marker and an exclamation mark. But doesn't mean that other NPCs which don't have quests to hand out, doesn't mean they're not worth talking to. A great amount of dialogue written for the Zelda NPCs this time around. I could have read that. Hey, buddy, what's your problem? You aren't being incredibly rude and listening to our conversation, are you? We're treasure hunters on the trail of our latest score. The treasure of the great bandit Misko. It's as good as ours. Listen, you're gonna give it all away. Sorry, Dak, I got carried away. Anyway, we're busy here, dude. If you need something, take it up with someone else. The stables serve as inns across the land. It's a place you can go to shop, because Beetle will always be there, and sometimes others. It's not quite a quest hub, but there are often NPCs hanging around the stables. Testier, I'd say it can be. It can be. It's not necessarily child-friendly all the time, though. The stream is flagged with the mature flag, essentially restricting it to 18 plus. Obviously, Twitch has a wide range of people viewing, and so anyone under 18 should never discuss age in a Twitch stream, especially one that's flagged as a mature channel. People start talking about that, and it's up to the streamer. Streamer's supposed to kick people out under those circumstances. So I don't want to give you the wrong impression. We can get kind of rowdy here sometimes. Zelda's a very friendly game, very family friendly, and we'll be playing this for a couple weeks. But I don't want to give you the wrong impression here. It won't always be. It won't always be so family safe. Didn't notice you. I was a bit lost in thought there. I've been doing rigorous research day and night to figure out the mystery of that blood moon. Tell us about the blood moon. Don't know it? That's inexcusable. Listen up and I'll tell you about it. For 100 years now, every so often when the clock strikes midnight, the sky turns red and a full moon rises. At that moment, monsters that had been previously defeated will come back to life. And that is what is known as the blood moon. Why do the monsters return to life? Why does it only happen when the sky turns red? No one really has the answers to those questions. It's a mysterious phenomenon. If you learn anything about the blood moon as you travel, be sure to come back and tell me. I don't think we've seen one yet, but we sure will. Celessa, have you already been to the Spring of Wisdom? It's known that Princess Zelda visited this spring in prayer. I have a great deal of love and respect for her.
Hi.
Welcome to Dueling Peak Stable. What do you think of the place? Pretty nice, yeah? Might be hard to imagine now, but this place was nearly destroyed about 100 years ago. However, thanks to the blessings of the Dueling Peaks, everything is full of life again. Even the wild horses are back. There's a lot of energy in this place. So where are you heading? Both Kakariko Village and Hateno Village are nearby. Wild horses. Huh, did you not see any horses on your way here? Certainly not as many as in years past. But there are still quite a few around. Horses in the wild are, well, wild. No one has trained or cared for them. If you manage to catch one, let my brother Tassarin know. He'll register the horse for you. My boys are well springs of information about horses, so feel free to pick their brains. Leave it to Rensa to tell you about the roads around this area. I don't really feel like picking his brain right now, but we'll be heading north to Kakariko Village. Everything looks just as it always has, but the effects of the Great Calamity still linger. Right on, Testier. Want to make sure we're on the same page. For example, a lot of monsters come out at night, so be careful when the sun sets. I thought someone might actually tell us to go tame a horse. Nay! It's nay! There should be some horses out here. Should we go catch a horse? Be some roaming out here. Some off in the distance. I don't know about rarely crash, but it does seem to depend on the game as much as anything. Pretty looking shield, not very strong in defense. Drop something else and make room. Hey, Sko, how you doing? %, just for the 900 Korok seeds you would need. That would be a nightmare. Wonder if anyone will ever be able to do that without a guide for reference. Probably should have spoken to the guy, the brother at the stable. I think he would have told us to go tame a horse. If I remember right, the horses which are solid colors are, for whatever reason, harder to tame. Someone's trying to buck me off. I don't know if I made any stamina food yesterday. See if we could possibly tame this horse. Nope, I'm about to get bucked off. Oh, damn. I was already getting bucked off when I paused that last time. Should pick an easier to tame horse. We want to tame one now. Is there Bloodborne talk today? Tester, I hadn't heard anything about that. I do really like the Souls series, especially Bloodborne. And I have played Dark Souls 2, but I've not streamed. That's the only one I haven't streamed. Not my favorite in the series. don't know if you would count Bloodborne, but I tremendously enjoyed the third Dark Souls and the first one. Maybe I didn't stream the first one either. I don't remember. I mean, we definitely did Demon Souls, Dark Souls 3, and Bloodborne a handful of times. So much for my horse taming. Does it matter what console you play Dark Souls 3 on? Any issues? What do you mean, does it matter? I think it's pretty... plays smooth on all platforms. There's no cross-platform matchups, though. So if you do play it on one system, you can only play multiplayer with people who are on the same system, but that's nothing new. Let's pick a spotted horse. Better chance of taming it here and now. Oh yeah, alright, this one let us ride. Don't even have to do anything to tame it. All horses have a bond level, and when they get really fussy like that, you can soothe them, and if you continue to soothe them when they get fussy, you'll increase your bond with the horse. Then eventually, you'll reach a max bond. Huh. News is on. Later? Alright, Psycho. We'll catch you later. Welcome to my stable. We deal in all things horse-related. We also double as an inn. Haven't seen your face before. Do you know about the stable system? I do. Oh, pardon me. Let's start over. Hey. Welcome to our stable. If you've come with a wild horse, you can register it with us here. Or if you plan to stay for a rest, please head to the counter inside, where the same guy walks to the counter inside and talks to you again. Register a horse. So, wild horses have different strength, speed, stamina, and temperament. There's a couple special horses in the game. There's some very special horses in the game that you can't even register. And once your bond level goes all the way up, it won't decay. It'll stay at max bond. And then the horse should not be fussy as you ride and spur it on to run faster. So this horse is not fast, is not strong, does not have much stamina. It is gentle. Go ahead and register a horse. Charge you 20 rupees for a saddle and a bridle and to register the horse. And you get to name it. Jesta. Oh. Tiger Planet, how you doing? Your Dark Souls 3 is best not played on PC. Why so? Oh. By the way, if you ever get separated from your horse, you can whistle and it will come running. But your horse isn't magic. It can't hear you if you're too far away, so do keep that in mind. The horse system works pretty well. If you leave your horse somewhere and travel across the map, the horse will still be right where you left it if you come back to it. And if you don't come back to it, you can still call it from any stable, anywhere in the land. Hey, Tomalak, how you doing? you can mount your horse. You can be dropping down, gliding down in the air, and mount your horse like that. You can dismount with the flip. Yeah, there's some pretty cool little touches to how they implemented horses here. They don't actually ride that smoothly. Can walk, canter, gallop, and spur the horse on. But until you get your bond up, the horse is gonna get pretty fussy at times. Hey, come on, work with me here. Hear that little piano cue in the background? Best as I can tell, you'll hear that little cue when you're running around or riding around and there's a Korok seed nearby. Does anybody know if that's what's actually happening? That is what it seems like. Just rolled a ways. Tomalak, you doing fine? Letting the stream run in the background for a bit. The game is real relaxing. The 4 hours that we're doing for streams this week, at least for me, they're gonna go by really quickly. It would be completely relaxing if it wasn't for the technical issues. Let's see. If you want to repost that link, Testier, you can. Freedom without, hey, hey, hey. Nothing there. So that little musical cue that I think means there's a Korok seed nearby. It doesn't really give you any clues about where to go. Could be up on one of those little cliffs, but no need to go looking for it right now. Freedom. Has been a while. It's all right. But yeah, thank you. I'm slowly getting there. So there's that little musical cue again. I don't think it's going to be one of these rocks just standing there. There's probably something under the bridge. I would recommend not worrying too much about these things early game. There it is. I don't know what the odds are of throwing a rock onto that platform so I can get it close enough. Almost get one right in there. There's the 3 golden icons while galloping. Or what are they? They are spurs. And it does represent, as Kim said, the horse's stamina. Some horses will have 2, some will have 3, 4, 5. It's how many times you can spur the horse on repeatedly. And it regenerates also. I'll show you a little better shortly here. So close. We get a lot of rocks to try with. Bounce the right way. Seems like it could. Almost would. could throw. Alright, last rock up here to try with, and then we'll just come back to it later. You can't paraglide with rocks. I might be able to drop down. Still hold it? Okay, that's a little better. Hopeless! No, I'm not going to be able to get this rock anywhere near it. So much for that for now. All the rocks just respawned up here. Or there were a whole bunch more over there. Come on, I move. Yes! That was a pain. Add one to the list. Alright, so once you're riding along, you can spur your horse to go faster for a few seconds. And those spurs regenerate. You don't have to use them all, and they will regenerate. Racing by all kinds of stuff. It was not first try. It was like the 10th try. Does that soundbite still work? All the sounds need an overhaul. I'm gonna try and tie them in properly to the different sub-tiers. Make some that are available to everyone, and some that are not, but it all needs to be reworked, so most of the sounds aren't triggering properly right now, Crash. Shalaka! You! You can see me? I can see you. Yeah, I can't see you. Choloco? Then how are you talking to me, silly boy? Shalaza Shalaka! It's been almost 100 years since anyone has been able to see me. I am Hestu, and I need your help. Those monsters over there stole my beloved maracas. I think they're still there on the other side of those rocks. Can't use my powers without them, Shoko. So please get my maracas back from them. That might be the first side quest, so it opens up that category. 4 categories of quests. The memories aren't really quests, but memories, side quests. The one that's grayed out is shrine quests, and then the main quests. And Hestu here, who for almost 200 hours I thought his name was Hetsu. Only by having to speak it out loud did I realize that I had his name wrong in my head. Beginning of the game without much armor or much gear, I would strongly recommend not running in full speed. Let's see what's here. 3 blue bokoblins. Right now, blue seems nasty, but they aren't even the nasty ones. As you get more powerful, Crash was saying maybe tied to the blood moons, though I'm not as sure that it is simply going to happen after a blood moon or 2 or 3, but there are other tiers of each enemy type, all the way up to silver, silver being like mini bosses. Later in the game, there will be little bokoblins running around, silver ones, with more hit points than you can imagine. I have a couple bomb arrows, though, don't I? Bomb arrows, better bow. So let's use our best bow. A few of our very precious bomb arrows. The fire is spreading rapidly. Alright, Crash, so the guide says that when they respawn, when everything respawns in the Blood Moon, as they do, that's when they get ranked up. It makes sense, but it would be really brutal if you had not progressed far enough in terms of gear, armor, and weapons, and upgrades to those armor. If all of a sudden you started running into silver mobs and you were unprepared, it'd be a death sentence. Maybe the game has some way of not triggering so many blood moons till you've accomplished things or geared up a bit. Shalakala! Those are my maracas! Please give them to me! Shalaka! But wait, there's something wrong with my maracas. The Korok seeds inside are gone. How am I supposed to dance now? Shoko. If I had just one Korok seed, I could sing, dance, and use my powers to help you. You see, I have the power of inventory expansion. So let me know if you find some Korok seeds. The children of the forest must have taken the Korok seeds from my beloved maracas. I never thought I'd be the target of one of their pranks, Shoko. But wait, you have a Korok seed? You do! You got a Korok seed from one of the forest children. If you'll give me just one Korok seed, I'll make your inventory bigger in return. Deal! Shalaka, so which stash do you want more slots in? The 3 choices, weapons, bows, shields. You're gonna want all the weapon slots, and it takes a lot of seeds to get each slot. It increments. For each slot you purchase, the next one will cost more and more and more, up to the 20th slot, which is 65 seeds. Each category has its own cost, so you could be up to the last weapon stash, and a bow stash, you might still just need 1 or 2 or 6. Really, just want weapons. Eventually we'll want more bow slots, maybe some shield slots, but it's the weapon slots that matter the most. Oh yeah! Shaki Shaka! Oh, he is a broccoli, isn't he? Your weapon stash has been expanded. Shalaka! Still smell Korok seeds on you. Want me to expand your inventory again? Yes, shoke. I'll just need 2 Korok seeds this time. Deal? Deal. Oh yeah. Shaki Shaka. Yes, he does that little dance every time. Your weapon stash has been expanded again. Oh, look at the time. I need to get back before Grandpa yells at me. Shoko. Sorry, I have to go. But I still need some Korok seeds, so bring some to the Korok forest if you find any. So he won't actually leave until you do. Once I see you off, I'm going back home to Korok Forest. Or did you want to talk a little more? He won't do any more upgrades here. He will move to another position on the map. And even though we don't have much of the map uncovered, it's in the ballpark of over here. Somewhere around here. Or it could be somewhere around here. But once we uncover those maps, I could probably recognize the spot. And he only stays there for a little while. You get a few upgrades here, you get a few upgrades there, and then he moves to a final position, which is off in the forest somewhere. Werner Zock, welcome aboard the starship. Thank you for the follow. You should grab him and dangle him over the cliff until he fully expands your inventory. How about you help me save the freaking world instead of holding out for accessories? Hey, maracas are a big deal, man. Maracas very important. So while I have no intention to rush through the game, I did manage to sink over 175 hours into a single playthrough. We're not going to play 175 hours of Zelda. But if you play the game, I'd encourage you to, whether or not you take the horse, stop everywhere. Stop along the road at every point. Worth stopping for everything. You might only get some rock salt or some amber, but you could pull a diamond out of one of those. Lots of gems. You're gonna need lots of gems. Walk into my bomb. Oh, he was sneaky. Look at that. Make sure to destroy the head. Any skeletons you break up. Nice thing about skeletons is they will break apart with a single hit, but if you don't take care of the head right away, they will come back. But these cliffs that we're walking between, they're not just bare cliffs. If you took the time to actually climb up them, there would probably be stuff on top of them. Korok seeds, maybe. Trees, plants, rocks to break. All of this is traversable. You need a fair amount of stamina. There's stuff everywhere. Practically every hill in the game. Keep hearing those piano cues. Best I can figure out, it means you're near a Korok seed. Since it doesn't point the way to the Korok seed, I won't always stop and go looking for it just because I hear the musical cue. I tried that once. It was very frustrating. I started hearing that cue all over the map. But we were sent here to Kakariko Village to talk with Impa. We may have more information on our quest. This is not the first Zelda game to have a Kakariko Village. Traveler, I'm sorry, but I seem to have twisted my ankle. Let's see here. Sorry you had to see me like that. Anna, say, Traveler, where did you get that object hanging from your waist? Well, you see. Come on, Nana. Yes, I see. That Sheikah slate is a symbol. It means you are the hero of legend. Though there are few who know of such legends anymore. But we Sheikah have long been waiting for you. Been waiting for you a very long time. Please, before all else, I must insist that you meet with our leader, Lady Impa. It's to be where I'm headed. Okay, will do. In any case, it was a real honor to meet you. I suppose you've gotten used to that, having lived as long as you have. People in Hyrule seem to know that the champion of legend has not been seen in over 100 years. But I want to just mention while we're here, there's all kinds of things laying in the water, chests, sometimes weapons. I'm not going to pull this one out right now. There's a side quest later in the game. There's a kid who wants you to collect certain weapons and show them to him, the weapon connoisseur. And if you don't get that quest until later in the game, you might find that you're not seeing a lot of early game weapons anymore. One of the first, or maybe the first, that he asks for is a Traveler's Sword. Even though Traveler's Swords show up a lot early game, you won't see a lot of them later on. So it's worth taking note of where some of these are in the environment. And that happens to be a Traveler's Sword that works for the Weapon Connoisseur quest. If you're having trouble finding one, Tiger Planet, you think Kakariko might have first appeared on the SNES? Is there a Kakariko village in Link to the Past? Or Adventure of Link, even? The NES side-scroller, that would be Adventure of Link. So until you've bonded with your horse, they won't just get fussy, they will get fussy and stop going in a straight line. You don't need max bond to make them more controllable, but you do need more than just a little. Ha! You there, who are you? How dare you trespass upon Lady Impa's abode? Is that a Sheikah slate? But that would mean you are... No, it's not possible. Can it be? Please forgive us for behaving so rudely. Of course we have heard the legends from Lady Impa herself. Please, friend, go ahead and step inside. To know who we are already. While we're out here and I'm thinking about it, another type of Korok Seed puzzle is the offering. You will often find little statues, more than one, grouped together in most cases. And what's the odd thing out here? 4 of the 5 have an apple sitting in the offering bowl. If you complete the pattern, find another Korok. Ah, hit the cuckoos with a stick. You hit the cuckoos with a stick. Cuckoos in Zelda games get really mad when you hit them. Have no intention of hitting the cuckoos with a stick. Probably not even if they did drop eggs. Hiya, a man? Ah, is that? It's a Sheikah slate. Did you be the hero my grandmother told me about? What was his name? Ling. Oh, it's not that I forgot. I'm just bad with speaking. As for me, my name is Paya. Oh, my name is Paya. Phew, I got it out. Why, she's nervous. I know I should be able to say that easily, seeing as how it's my own name and all. I'm so sorry. Anyway, my grandmother's been awaiting your return ever since I was little. Please hurry inside.
So, you're finally awake. It has been quite a long time, Link. I am much older now, but you remember me, don't you? Oh,
What's the matter? You're looking at me as though I'm a stranger to you. Those eyes, they lack the light of familiarity. It is I, courageous one, Impa. Surely you must at least remember the name Impa.
oh,
I see. So you have lost your memory.
ah.
Well, it matters not. In fact, that may actually be a blessing in disguise for the time being. Dearest Link, please come a bit closer.
Oh.
100 years ago.
Oh.
Yes, 100 years ago, the kingdom of Hyrule was destroyed. After you fell, Princess Zelda's final wish was to place you in a sacred slumber. And then, all alone she went to face Ganon. Before Princess Zelda went to nobly meet her fate, she entrusted me with some words she wished to say to you. I have been waiting 100 years to deliver the princess's message.
Oh.
However, these words which the princess risked her life to leave you, well, if you were to hear them, you must be prepared to risk your life as well. But I am afraid that burden may be too much to bear while you are still without your memories. I leave the choice to you. When you feel you are ready to receive the princess's message, return to me. Oh, I'm ready now. Oh.
Ah.
That Sheikah heirloom has been guarded by our tribe for generations. I must request that you not touch it. Even for an esteemed guest such as yourself, there are certain rules that must be respected. Follow Impa's rules. The words that the princess risked her life to impart to you, I cannot pass them on to someone who lacks conviction. Are you prepared to risk your life for the greater good? I am. Not a memory to your name, yet you are as intent as ever to charge forward with only courage and justice on your side. You have not changed a bit. Once a hero, always a hero.
Yeah.
Very well. Since you have lost your memory, I will recount for you all that has happened.
The history of the royal family of Hyrule is also the history of Calamity Ganon, a primal evil that has endured over the ages. This evil has been turned back time and time again by a warrior wielding the soul of a hero and a princess who carries the blood of the goddess. With the passage of time, each conflict with Ganon faded into legend. So listen closely as I tell you of this legend that occurred 10,000 years ago. Hyrule was then blossoming as a highly advanced civilization. Even the most powerful monsters posed little threat to the denizens of the realm. The people thought it wise to utilize their technological prowess to ensure the safety of the land should Calamity Ganon ever return. They constructed 4 mechanical wonders that came to be known as the Divine Beasts. They also built a legion of autonomous weapons called Guardians. The Divine Beasts were piloted by 4 individuals of exceptional skill from across the land. And thus, the plan to neutralize Ganon was forged. Upon Ganon's inevitable return to Hyrule, the princess and the hero fought alongside these 4 champions against this ancient evil. The Guardians were tasked with protecting the hero as the Divine Beasts unleashed a furious attack upon their terrible foe. And when the hero wielding the sword that seals the darkness delivered his final blow, the princess used her sacred power to seal away Calamity Ganon. Oh.
100 years ago, in preparation for the foretold revival of Ganon, we strove to follow the lead of our ancestors of 10,000 years prior. But in the end, despite our best efforts and careful planning, we underestimated its power. In order to avoid ever making that grave mistake again, the princess left you these words. Free the 4 divine beasts. That is what she said. Understood? It seems to me that your Sheikah slate is not yet complete. The device Princess Zelda left you is your guide and also your memory. Now, let's see. Someone at the research lab in Hateno Village might be able to help you. The location shining on the eastern edge is Hateno Village. It is a small village, one of the very few places that avoided suffering significant damage during the Great Calamity. You are Princess Zelda's only hope, and Hyrule's as well. Cannot turn back now. Follow your heart and seize your destiny. So, there aren't that many main quests. There's 75 or more side quests, 40 some odd shrine quests, but only about a dozen main quests. Jay has a really cool bandana right now, but he's not wearing it. Did I actually get the climbing bandana? I did! Wait, I just picked that up today. Did I not even? I didn't even notice. To be honest, I don't know. I don't know about the rag. It's not my favorite looking headpiece, but it is the only piece of climbing gear I have. It gives you 1 tier of climbing speed bonus. You can see under the temperature gauge, there's 3 little tick marks under that green mountain symbol. There are 3 possible tiers of speed boost, climbing speed boost. But the reason I think, even though there are 3-piece sets for hot and cold temperatures, that snowflake, the little bit of cold resist that we have from the warm doublet, there's only 2 tick marks under that. I think both hot and cold are only 2 tiers. You got it when you killed Wolf Link, that chest. Oh, it was from the chest right along the riverside. I really was not paying enough attention there. Sometimes in people's homes, lots of different places, there are some books laying around. Some of them will teach you recipes. Some of them are personal diaries. Some of them start side quests or shrine quests. And some of them just have information that might be useful. The Journal of Various Worries. Well, my wife left me today. The last thing she said to me was, "What's more important, the cuckoos or me?" I chose the cuckoos. The Bowmaster. A painter, unfamiliar to any of us, has arrived in the village. He claims he's searching for the Great Fairy's Fountain, but that's near where the village's spirit protector resides. We must make sure the outsider doesn't learn of the location of the fountain or the 2 shrines near it. Anonymous father of 2. That new guy in town looks like he really knows how to tune a bow. I hope he comes by and knocks an arrow for me. It's been way too long. Lonely arrow girl. Day in, day out, I'm outside barking people into the shop. I don't mind, really. It's good money, and busying myself helps to numb the pain. But the only thing that really helps me feel better is walking among the fireflies. Unfortunately, we've now been asked to not walk around at night because it's dangerous. I don't know how I can cope without the fireflies. Struggling shop girl. There's a precious heirloom that has been passed down through my family for generations. Recently, I've begun to hear voices telling me that the heirloom has an important destiny. Gonna happen soon. It makes me nervous, but I can feel it in my bones. Papaya. So none of that started actual quests. What it did do was kind of drop some hints about quests we might be able to pick up. I mentioned a painter recently in the village. They mentioned a shopkeep and a couple others, including Paya inside. Aha! Guy's great. Pakango. Are you... sorry to bother you, but are you a fellow traveler? As for me, I just love art. In fact, I'm traveling the world in search of beautiful landscapes. Just between you and me, I hear there's a great fairy fountain somewhere near this village. I hear it's breathtakingly beautiful. Aesthetics aside, they also say the place can bestow some kind of mysterious power on people. However, since I'm an outsider, I can't get anyone to tell me any more details than that. These villagers never leave the safety of their village, so travelers like me are treated with suspicion. But I won't give up. Oh, and if I manage to find out anything, I'll be sure to let you know. So Pakango wants to find the Great Fairy Fountain. I always lose my orientation here, but hey, creators, meant to ask you, is it Creators Now or Creators Snow? Either way, which divine beast are you going to take on first? Haven't decided. When I played through this off stream, I went after the Zora. The Divine Beast near the Zora first. This is not the right way, is it? This horse does not want to go where I want it to go. Not at all. Now why do I always get so turned around when I'm trying to find the hill? Right hill. New clothes, cute outfits. Snow, you were not the first to get it wrong. Right on, Snow, thank you. I saw that after the stream yesterday and realized I might have completely missed it. I missed the talk prompt, but at least I didn't run over the little girl. Because the shrines serve as fast travel points, and villages do not, almost every city and village will have a shrine, if not right inside, somewhere on the edge of the village, which is a good thing. So this will be the shrine that lets us warp back to Kakariko Village anytime. Prime meat, what's the best place to farm? I would say not a specific place, but I like the snowy mountains. The snowy mountains, and there's not just one, but the northwest of the map and any other place with a pretty substantial snowy area, tend to be a lot of critters running around. And they seem to have a higher rate of dropping prime and gourmet meat. And that's the best way I've found to make money, is to just take a 5 stack of meat, whatever meat, cook it into meat skewers and sell those. 5 gourmet sells for, makes a skewer that sells for about 490 rupees by itself. 5 prime meat, I think, is worth 200 and something. Anyways, it's really good. And since you're going to want most of your monster parts and gems for gear upgrades, it helps you avoid selling all of those. There's also a spot near the tech lab in Hateno, which would be nice to kind of get over there today. Get the camera unlocked, start tagging things for the compendium. But over near the Hateno Ancient Tech Lab, if you cut grass over there, you will get a lot of Hyrule rice that will come out of the grass. It's very easy to build up a big stack of rice. And I kind of use that rice as a base for a lot of foods that I make. Talo Neg's teaching. I think this is a combat shrine, but instead of saying a minor test of strength, moderate test of strength, major test of strength, because there are 3 different tiers of combat shrines, in addition to the puzzle shrines, I think this is the tutorial combat shrine. The major test of strength shrines are actually quite difficult. Boomerang. Eightfold blade. Don't have room for it unless I drop something. Right? I did have room for it? I did have room for it. Okay. Shield of the Mind's Eye. Drop something for that. A cool looking shield. I remember having it before. They're all quite similar. Let's just drop this. Boku shield. Again, if you open a chest and your inventory is full and you cannot take what's in the chest, it is safe to walk away from that chest. The chest will stay there with that item in it until you come back. Yeah, chaos, exactly that. Those major test of strength shrines are vicious. Use a side hop to avoid enemy attacks. This will create an opening that you can use to strike back. So this is a tutorial combat shrine. They're going to force us to side hop. You side hop by locking onto an enemy and jump. And if you time it with their attack, you can get an opportunity for that flurry rush. Being a tutorial, we have to do exactly that here or you can't get through it. Use a backflip, basically the same effect. I didn't activate the flurry rush in time. You can repel an attack if you parry with your shield at just the right time. Strike back in the opening you create. Same goal. A weapon to attack with. Much like Dark Souls, I've never been that good at parrying. And it's a different window depending on build up your power and then release it to unleash a charge attack. I don't know if that'll work with a two-handed weapon. Yeah, good enough. You've done well to learn these crucial skills. Now, proceed. Picked up a 20 damage Guardian Sword. There are 3 tiers of Guardian Swords. There are also spears and shields. There are 3 tiers of Guardian Shields. This is the lowest tier. Still better than what we're carrying. That Guardian Sword may not be the most durable thing in the world, but it's better than whatever else I've got. Let's save it. Those first 2 chests, those are not usually present in combat shrines. You will get a single chest after completing combat in a combat shrine. Charging, it works best with two-handed weapons, in your opinion? Snow, I guess what I meant was just... Or let me briefly go to a single-handed weapon. You'll hold the weapon and then do a spin attack, right? With the single-handed weapon. What's different about a two-handed weapon? I'm sure, Snow, you know what you're talking about already, but just to make a point of it, it seems like you don't actually charge with the two-handed weapon, but you do damage with each swing. I guess you do kind of, because you're winding up. You're going faster and faster, and then at the end you unleash and smash the ground real hard, which can send enemies flying back. Yeah, I guess it counts as a charge up. But what's kind of neat about it is that you can move while spinning. So you can push an enemy back while you're doing that and continue to land hits. If you hold perfectly still, there's a good chance the enemy will get knocked out of the range of some of those swings. The dialogue is the same at the end of every shrine. Receive a spirit orb. Just need one more for another upgrade. I want more than 3 hearts. I don't need 30 hearts, but a few more would be nice. Tree tops. Not just eggs or acorns or chickaloo tree nuts. Every once in a while, there'll be a treetop with a rock sitting up there and a Korok hiding underneath it. I'll leave the horse here just in case I have a special sighting. Up this way. You heard Picango? Is that the painter's name? Picango? Picango was talking about the Great Fairy Fountain being somewhere near the village. Oh, that's why I... that is called a blurpee. That little phantasm bunny rabbit is called a blurpee. And if you manage to hit him with an arrow, he'll drop some rupees. Differing amounts. Blue Nightshade. Cook with it to increase stealth. This is the first fairy fountain. See, there's some fairies floating around. If you run up, those fairies will fly off, or at least try to. But you can catch up to 4. I don't think you can catch more than 4 at a time. In fact, they won't even spawn if you have 3 or 4 in your inventory. But the fairy will heal all your wounds the moment you lose your last heart. Basically, revive you if you were about to die, as long as you have a fairy in your inventory. You cannot turn them off. If you have them and you lose all your hearts, they will be used. Jump, that one flew away. Be lucky to come out of it with 3 of them here. Time to meet the hottest woman in the game. If I can afford to. I only have 47 rupees. The thing about the Great Fairies is they're all a little bit greedy at first. Boy, sweet boy, please listen to my story. I am the Great Fairy Kotera. This place was once a beautiful spring, but as time passed, fewer and fewer travelers arrived to offer me rupees. As a result, my power has abandoned me. I'm nearly powerless now, so I beg your help. I need rupees to become whole again. All I need is 100 rupees. Once my power has been restored, I can help you do great things, boy. Stream is fine. Okay. Now, if you have the rupees, hand them over to me quickly. Alas, I don't. In order for me to regain my power, I need 100 rupees. What happens if you try to hand over not enough? What's this? You don't have enough rupees? How tragic. How dreadfully tragic. Alright, we'll be back. One of the things about this location, see if it's this way from the beginning, it's our first Endura carrot. A couple good crafting items, cooking items, are available and respawn at each of the Great Fairy Fountains. And the Endura carrot is any Endura named item. Here's a couple more, and they will respawn here. Those are pretty special items. If you cook even a single Endura item, carrot by itself, it'll make some food that refills your entire stamina bar. Whether that's 1 wheel, 2 wheels, 3 wheels. It'll even provide a little extra stamina on top of that. Some temporary bonus stamina. It's similar to another type of item, hardy items, and hardy radishes and hardy other things. If you cook a hardy item by itself, it will fill up your entire health bar, all your hearts, whether you have 3 or 30. And hardy items will also provide some bonus hearts, temporary hearts. But they're very powerful, even cooked by themselves. You can cook those carrots into dishes that are more elaborate, but you don't need to. You can cook one of those Endura carrots by itself, and it'll be a heal all your stamina, restore all your stamina food. Never did craft too many stealth foods, but Blue Nightshade will help you craft stealth foods, and there's quite a lot of it around. The painter mentioned another shrine, and there is another shrine nearby, but it's kind of hidden away. You can find where it is, but you cannot use it. You cannot activate it yet. Crash, you're heading out for lunch. I'm about to take a 10-minute break, and then I'll be back for a couple more hours. Yeah, a lot more frames have dropped. I'm kind of trying to pretend that that's not happening because it's not something I have control over. It's not the equipment or the network on my end. Many of you know exactly what it is. Crash, we'll see you later. Have a good one. Great lunch. Taco Tuesday. I could go for some Taco Tuesday. So you can see the spot where a shrine will be, but we don't have the means to activate it right now. In fact, it's one of the more elaborate little side quests. You have to do a number of side quests that aren't obvious before this shrine can become available. We'll probably come back to it later. Did not realize that the Blurpee could show up here. There are a few spots on the path up to the shrine where the Blurpee can appear. Oh, we're so close. 98. 98. We could almost get the ferry to pop out right now. Once you pay the ferry, you don't have to pay the ferry again. But when you find the other fairies, when you find her sisters, they will demand increasing amounts of coin before they'll talk to you. Oh, it's so close. All right, before we take the break, let me drop down into the village and sell something so we can run back to the Great Fairy Fountain. And after the break, we'll wake her up. Paraglider is the best tool ever. There is a shrine here in Kakariko Village, but we're short one orb to get another upgrade. Stamina container or heart container. I guess we're not able to tell Pakango we found the fountain yet, because we haven't really gotten her to come out. New clothes, cute outfits. Kakariko has an armor shop. Sells 2 sets of armor. The Hyrule set, which looks pretty good. And there are places where you can get your armor dyed to different colors. Although you'll be asked to provide not just coin, but something with which to dye the clothes. So for black, you need either flint or I think it's truffles. But depending on the color, you'll need to provide different ingredients that they will actually make the dye from. But this is a decent set. There's no set bonuses for that one, though. Welcome to Enchanted, my high-end boutique. By the by, that stealth chest guard over there is highly recommended. While you wear it, your footsteps are nearly soundless, so it's perfect for hunting and stuff. Oh, but it offers very little defense, small price for the extra stealth. Almost all the armor sets in the game have the same defense. Same defense when they start, and they can be upgraded to 20 defense per piece. Stealth is a little less. When fully upgraded, I think the stealth set is 16 defense per piece, and there's even one set and a special piece of jewelry but one set that goes up to 28 defense per piece. So that's later. I'd love to be able to afford the stealth set, but 600, 700, and 500 pieces respectively. Not going to have that kind of coin for a little while. But any vendor will buy stuff off of you. And we don't really need much. I'm just want to wake up the fairy after the break. Yeah, Rango, I am going to take the break now. We'll make stuff to sell when we really need coin. Right now, I just needed 2 rupees. Being stuck in this tiny town, I get pretty excited about stuff from the outside. I'm always happy to take a look at what you've collected, so come back if you ever want to sell anything. Hey, I just noticed she's got a grin on her face, just like the unpatched Sarah Ryder in Mass Effect. Get the same grin. Alright, we'll come back. Let me take a break. And need to stretch, go stretch, take a break. How long is the break going to be? 4, 5, 6, 7. Like a 7-minute break. I'm going to play 2 songs here. Then I'll be back. I'll see you real soon. If you're taking off during the break, have a good one. Otherwise, I'll meet you back here real soon.